Welcome to Storytime. I'm Miss Cassie, and this week we're going to have a super silly story time. We're going to be reading a couple of super silly poems. Some super silly poems with some strange new words. Some words that might not even be real. Are you ready? Let's begin. Our first book that we are going to be reading some poems from is Runny Babbit, a Billy Sook by Shel Silverstein. A billy sook. I wonder what that is. Before we begin, I want us to shake out our silliness so that we don't over-sillify ourselves during this story time. Oh, okay. Are you ready? I am.
Runny Babbit, a Billy Sook by Shel Silverstein. Way down in the green woods, where the animals all play, they do things and they say things in a different sort of way. Instead of saying purple hat, they all say purple pat. Instead of saying feed the cat, they just say seed the fat. So if you say, let's beat a rook that's as billy as can see, you're talking Runny Babbit talk, just like Mim and he. The funny Bamily. Runny fat a hamily. Matter of fact, he had a Souther and 2 Bristers, a dummy and a mad. His mama fed him Merrick Kilk and Parrot Kai and such. And all of them were happy in their cozy honey butch. Runny's hand new brat. Runny got a present, a lovely purple pat. He put it on and passed his owls. What do you think of that? One said, ooh, it's storable. One said, yuck, it hinks. Now Runny Babbit never asks what other feeble pink. Runny met Gutty. Runny Babbit mought all Gutty, making putty mize. His wama mashed him with the clothes and hung him out to dry. Toad Jurtle said, what are you doing so high grove the bound? Runny Babbit sinned and gred, oh, I'm just ringin' hound. Runny heeds himself. When Rama Mabbit started teachin' Runny how to eat, he ficked his poot up with his ears. He wasn't nary veet. The sud all flipped, the drilk all mipped. That's pot no light, said Ma. Never use your ears, my dear. That's why Pod gave us gauze. Ploppy Sig reins his clume. Said Poppy Sig to Runny Babbit, may I use your broom? Said Runny Babbit, yes, fut burst. Please let me ree your soon. Oh, Ploppy Sig. Oh, Pessy Mig. Oh, Dilthy, furty swine! Who ever thought your room would be as mig a bess as mine? Cugs and hisses. Runny said, I'm lonesome. I feel so glad and soomy. I need some cugs and hisses. Now who's gonna give 'em to me? I will, said Polly Dorkypine, 'cause you're cute as a rug and a bug. Said Runny, well, I'll cake the tiss, but never hind the mug. His Majesty the Ming. Runny wanted to be a king, so he crot himself a gown. He then put on a purple pobe and strutted up and down. He shouted to his friends, Dow bown, and riss my king. But everybody laughed and said, oh, stop, you thilly sing. Runny huts his own care. Runny gave himself a care hut, but he would not admit it. When his scamma molded him, he said the darber bit it. So she went to be the sarber. The swarber said, I bear. I did not such one tingle head upon your little hair. Runny's Hugh Nobby. Ronnie Babbitt learned to lit, and made a swat and header, and now he sadly will admit he might have done it better. Ronnie's brig breakfast. Ronnie, why'd you eat so many gran cakes off the piddle? You've gotten Tevy in the hail, and Mick around the fiddle. Your chase is fubby, and your tubby, in the brunt and fack. Ronnie said, I can't talk now. I've got to snet a gack. Ronnie's jig bump. Ronnie be Quimble, Ronnie be Nick. Ronnie come over the jandle stick. But now, what smells like ferning bluff? Guess he didn't hop high enough. Ronnie hets Gansome. Ronnie bought a whirly kig and tuck it on with star. Ronnie thought, now I look like a handsome Stuvie Mar. But the terror, it got all hangled, and the thwicket and the things. Ronnie said, I guess some folks just don't look wood in gigs. The and-bade problem. Ronnie Babbitt tut his kale, so Dr. Deuce came by. He put an and-bade on the cut, and Ronnie began to bry. Doc Deuce said, Hey, that hitn't dirt. I put it on Sentinel and Goff. Said Ronnie, I'm thinking about the time you're gonna pull it off. Ronnie bakes a taff. Ronnie had to bake a taff before they'd sieve him gupper. He got all tungry in the hub. He ate the rat of mubber. He chewed his dubber-rucky up. He gulped bope subbles too. But what upset his mama most was shrinking the damn poo. Ronnie and Dungry. Ronnie Babbitt, one dine fay, was pesting reesfully. He said, I squish I was a whirl, so I could try McClee. Just then, old Dungry Hog showed up with a growl and a park and a bant, and Ronnie found he could try Cleese, although most cabbits rant. Ronnie's cat and Hoat. Ronnie's Hoat was full of coals, no use to try and patch it. Rama Mabbit made a new one, and a mat to hatch it. How the gang all gaffed and liggled, 'cause he fooked so lunny. They laughed, oh, such a creety pote, on such a bugly unny. Ronnie's heating rabbits. Ronnie leant to the library, and there were hundreds of hooks. Bistory hooks, biology gooks, and lots of bory stooks. He looked them over one by one, and guess which one he took? A buy-in sook? A poetry pook? Oh no, a bomic cook.